Yo, welcome to another Speaker Geeker podcast. I'm your host, Steve-O Steve.
And I'm the other host, Tommy T. What's good, man?
What's going on?
Man, chilling, dog. Chilling another day. Made it through another week.
Yeah.
Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Made it through a great Juneteenth.
Yeah. Juneteenth. Yeah.
You do anything?
Yeah. Juneteenth. You know what, man? I just enjoyed myself, and it was my nephew's birthday, man. Shout out to Corey. Happy birthday. It was his birthday. They had like this whole pool party stuff.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then earlier in the day, I spent time cleaning the house. And then after I got done cleaning the house, I had to set up because the homie, friend to the show, Money Mark Fabrics, came through.
Yeah.
And man, we filmed something.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, we filmed
July
something for
12th, his
Trademark.
stuff is coming out.
Absolutely. So we filmed something for Trademark TV.
Yeah.
So that episode, I think he said air around late August or September, something like that.
I'm gonna check it out, bro.
Check it out.
See what's going on.
Check it out. Yes.
Well, that's dope, man. That's
what you
dope.
got going on, man?
Nothing really. I was wanting to grill on Juneteenth, but by the time I had to work, so
it's all good. Hey, next year.
Next year, I'm taking off.
Juneteenth?
I'm taking off.
Well, shoot, it should be on Saturday for everybody now.
It's going to be on Saturday, so I'm going to take off that Friday.
Yeah, it should be a holiday for everybody. But next year, hey, we going all out.
Oh.
We going to blow it up, popping all the fireworks we can.
Right. I'm definitely grilling.
And then I ain't doing nothing on the 4th.
Well, our reunion is going to be that weekend, too, so I don't know. We're going to celebrate. Yeah, I tried to have a movie night, just a regular movie night, but the world, technology wouldn't allow that to happen. So,
I remember you.
Right. I was saying something about it, and I was like, dog, I got home, tried it out, and it wouldn't work, man. So I was like, Netflix and chill it is, man.
Yeah, I didn't see no thing, so I was like, oh, okay.
Guess we ain't doing it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't say nothing about it.
No, so this episode, man, we actually are going to review Teyana Taylor's new album, man.
Teyana Taylor!
She actually dropped it on Juneteenth, June 19th. This album is called The Album.
Hey.
And it's fire.
It's hot cocoa that you done spilled on your lap.
Dude.
It's hot.
Dude.
Hot.
Like, when I heard it, I was like, we got to talk about this one. We have to. But before we get into that and all of that good stuff, what's been in your speakers this week, bro?
Man, so in my speakers, it's been a fun one for me, man. I've been definitely listening to that Teyana Taylor, man. I love, and it's called The Album for anybody who's looking for it. But I love that album. I listened to the Wale, the Imperfect. Hold up, I'll make sure I got it. Yeah, the Imperfect Storm EP. I wasn't looking for a lot of the tracks on that, but I was surprised of how many tracks was on it. I was like, whoa, this is shorter than I thought. But man, it was cool. It was cool.
I didn't feel. I wasn't like. I think it was because I was doing something else when I was listening to it. But I didn't skip it, but it was just like, I'm going to give it this one listen, and then I'm probably going to pass it on to the next.
Yeah, it's all good. I listen. Well, I mean, I gave it one listen. I haven't really went back to it yet. I'm going to go back to it again to check it out. It wasn't bad at all. I don't have the, I don't immediately want to go back to it yet.
Right.
But nonetheless, man, shout out to Wale still.
Yeah, definitely.
After that, man, well, not after it, but at some point I was listening to the Ungodly Hour with the Chloe and Haley album that you told me to check out. I like it. I didn't finish it, but I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, someone told me that it sounds just like two Beyoncés, and
that's the same thing I thought, man. I was like, they're little Beyoncés, which it's nothing wrong with that, because they I feel like all of them can sing.
Yeah, they got tremendous talent. You can tell it's all natural. When you listen to it, you do hear
Beyonce,
Beyonce,
all in the track, but they signed to her.
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
I ain't got a problem with that.
Not at all.
I did enjoy it, but after that, man, I got into some Starlito. I've been listening to like a lot of Starlito, man. Star dropped something actually.
Did he?
And yeah, he actually did, and it's pretty cool. It's like a political song, something a little outside of what he normally does. It's called. It's a video on YouTube, and it's called Paternity. Paternity Leave. So check that out, man. Starlito, Paternity Leave. And then after that, man, check out anything else that's Starlito. And then after that, man, I just kind of went through like a whole bunch of Nashville artists, rap artists, man. I was listening to the homie Red Dot. He went to MT with me. Well, I guess he went to MT. He was there. Yeah, he went to MT with me. MT was, Red Dot, man, super cool dude. Yeah. Listen to some Don Tripp. And of course, I listened to some Starlito. Shout out to Star too. I ain't seen him in a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. And then, man, I just kind of went down through some Cashville stuff, man. I listened to some Bezel Gang, some old Bezel Gang back in the day, whatever, and some more little stuff. But that pretty much rounds out, man, my speakers, man. Yeah.
Man,
what was in your speakers, man?
My speakers this week, man, has really, like, of course, I listened to Teyana Taylor's album a lot in preparation for this episode. I listened to it a lot. What else did I listen to? Bro, you gonna be proud of me, man.
Okay.
I listened to Nipsey.
Hey,
I was listening to Nipsey this week.
Yo, I was speaking of Nip, I was in PacSun and I'm headed to Florida in like 7 days. So I was in there, preparing, picking up some. No, man. I love PacSun, man. I was in there getting some graphic tees, man.
Oh yeah.
They had a sale, man, too. What was it? Buy one, get one half off. So man, I picked up some and I got this cool Kill Bill shirt and this other cool shirt. But man, on my way out, they played some Nipsey. And I was like, yeah, like they knew, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew.
Right.
But yeah, man. Oh man, what you think, man? What did you listen to from Nipsey?
I was actually watching YouTube videos because I think I'm trying to remember what Racks in the Middle, of course, I watched that, but it was one he had with Lauren London.
And that must have been Ocean Views. Well, Lauren London was in Ocean Views. She was in Hustle and Motivate.
That's it. That's the one.
Hey, that's my
Hustle and Motivate, dog. Like, dog, that video is amazing, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I don't even know how I got to him, man. I got to him by mistake too.
Because I think it's a mistake. You're supposed to hear that.
Like I stumbled upon his videos. Put it to you like that. So I was listening to Nipsey, and just kind of like felt like I needed to just go through and listen to some of his music. So I was listening to that. Of course, I think I got a Lil Baby, dog.
Hey,
dude is tough, man.
That record, man.
I was nice.
I wasn't a fan of Lil Baby, but I was like, I appreciated what he did. And I was like, yeah, Lil Baby hard. But after hearing, that record, crap, I don't know, I just had a complete brain fart. What's the name of the record again?
The Bigger Picture.
Yes, The Bigger Picture.
Yeah.
After listening to that, I was
bigger than Black and White.
I was like, oh yeah. I was like, man, dude gonna be a star.
Hey, man, like I went back because I realized I didn't start listening to him until Harder Than Ever came out. That's the one he had the song with Drake on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back and listened to like his first stuff. And you can tell from his first release, music release to the next one, he had gotten better. You know what I'm saying? And like by now, like dude is amazing. He's just gonna keep going and going and going, man.
He elevating.
Definitely. What else? I listened to some Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo.
Man.
I'm trying to think. I did check out that Wale. And like I said before, that Wale really, I like Sue Me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I listened to some of that and then I had to go back and listen to Sue Me. You
Gotcha.
know? Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been listening to this week, man. And stuff. Have you heard any news this week?
Yeah, man, it's been a pretty newsworthy week. So let's start it off, man. First thing first, man. You know, Trump, I thought he rescheduled it, but Trump ended up having that rally.
He did reschedule it to the next day.
Yeah. And it was, and from the pictures and what I heard was that a lot of people got tickets and didn't show up. Mm-hmm. So I remember people saying, hey, what if we all did this? And I didn't know that people was going to actually do it. And they did it. And like, if you see the pictures, man, there's a bunch of empty seats. So, man, I'm happy. That makes my heart like feel all warm inside.
Like, I just don't get what he doesn't understand about what's going on.
I don't think it's that. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that what sells because he's a TV guy. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what sells.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, going to Tulsa on or around Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Tulsa, which is, you know what I'm saying, the location where that was where they burned down Black Wall Street, right?
Yeah. 1921.
Absolutely. So going to that location, knowing what happened there, it ain't gonna do nothing but draw eyes because it's controversial. Mm-hmm. He's been a controversial person this whole time. Like even when he, you know, at the beginning where he pretty much, you know what I'm saying, play with people's emotions and everything. And, you know what I'm saying, cause all the hate rhetoric. He was a cause of all that. He knows he was, but of course he's just gonna deny it and other folks will too. But if you saw what he said, yeah, absolutely. So he knows what sells. So I mean, he's a businessman. He's a TV guy. Like people got to remember that he's a whole actor. So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, you know. But hey, yeah. If you go check out them pictures, man.
I seen it, man. It was empty, bro. It was empty, bro.
Hey, I
was
empty.
Like, goodness, man.
Absolutely.
But
so,
I just feel like, you know, like for him, we have to pay attention to what's going on because he's the president.
You know what though? I'm gonna say this. I think we should do the opposite. And the reason why is because I think the more he knows how to get attention, the more attention he gets, the more he likes it because it's more eyes on him, regardless if it's positive, negative, whatever. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, marketing, right? You know, advertisement. It don't matter what you know, in the music industry, they actually say all news, you know what I'm saying, all publicity is good publicity, whether it's negative or not. And sometimes you be like, but it's negative, and they're like, nah, it's eyes. Like, regardless, it's eyes on you. Yeah. So taking it from that perspective, I'm like, you know what? If we just decide to ignore it, like, I think he would just shrink.
Like that's the thing. It was like I didn't watch the rally, but I didn't either. I watched the news afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You know they're gonna recap it. So I was like, I ain't even waste my time and listen to this fool.
Nah,
but like the thing for me is it's like pay attention to what he's signing and what he's putting into law and what, you know, because like the important thing was why are they firing the U.S. attorney?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know why they fire a lot of people?
Yeah, so it's like it's firing and hiring and who you putting in the office and stuff. Like that's my thing. Pay attention to that because everything else he's saying is I don't know the word. It's like a
say it like it
smoke
is.
Screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, pay attention to what's going into law for the government because the next president is gonna have a job to do.
Boy. You talking about
what else happened, man? What else happened?
And yeah, in the words of Young Buck, that's what you get, bitch. Okay, so other news that happened was Swiss Beats, man. Swiss Beats had jumped on Instagram, and man, he had him a good vent session. And it's pretty interesting because I actually didn't catch this until I read about it. So there was supposedly a leaked record with Busta Rhymes and Drake. And Swiss pretty much, man, he pretty much got on Instagram, man, and aired his grievances. But now he's, you know what I'm saying, pretty much back, walking it back, saying, you know, he was in the wrong space after pretty much calling Drake a female genital part over the leaked Busta Rhymes record. So at first, you know what I'm saying, he pretty much said, hey, we don't need no apology, he wrote. It's clear you don't like us, so act that same way when you see us. And then the explicit female genital part came after that. And then a little later, he pretty much walked it down and said, hey, man, I was in the wrong space when I said that, and, you know, so on and so forth. And I haven't heard the record. I love Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
You know, I know he hadn't done a lot lately, but I kind of want to hear that record just a little bit.
I definitely want to hear that record. But what I don't know or I have a question about is, like for Swiss Beats to feel or say something. First off, he meant it. Secondly, for him to say something about that means he was a part of it somehow, right?
Yes.
So if the song is leaked, how does that affect him? Or in what way does that affect him? I know it has to do with money somehow.
Well, this is the thing. You know, let's go back to talk. You know, we briefly said something about marketing and promotion.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, you know, piracy in hip hop, not only hip hop, but like all music has been like a big issue. And then, you know, everything pretty much went digital, and you know, everybody's working to try to keep things pretty cool. And then, you know, like, when the last time we really just heard a leaked record? Like, it's been a minute. So
it's been a minute.
I can understand it's frustrating because when you work hard on this and you want to have a rollout or you want to really put this record together so that it can skyrocket, you'll be pretty pissed if it just leaked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially if you own it, like, I don't know who all had access to this record. I'm guessing just those three. And that's just me saying allegedly those three had access to this record.
Right.
So if Busta Rhymes didn't leak it, Swiss didn't leak it. And also, if they weren't in on it being leaked, I'd be pretty pissed too if you just went out and say, hey, you know, say if, you know, it's like, hey, man, you know, you just one day just dropped one of our episodes and on a random day. And, you know, you'd be pretty like, hey, wait, you didn't want to ask me about this first? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And obviously there's something else going on there because he clearly said, all right, we know you don't like us. So obviously there's something going on that's deeper than, you know what I'm saying? Deeper than the rap. So yeah. So I can understand. I can understand him saying what he had to say, and then also I can understand him walking it back because you know, I'm always an advocate for, like, hey, be careful when on social media. Don't you know, don't always let your emotions fly on social media. Yeah. So I'm an advocate of that because at the end of the day, it's social media and like everybody in the world, it just, you know, they latch on to the negative stuff. There. Absolutely. And once you put it there, you have no control of it. So
right. Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so it does kind of suck because now we know there's a record. Yeah. But like, I haven't even heard the record.
I didn't know it until you said something today.
Yeah. So most likely, you know, at that point, you know, that, you know, if you want to build something, put some momentum and steam behind it, and you just decide to leak it because you felt, you know, I don't know, you felt however you felt. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed too. Yeah. Especially if there's an issue. Like, let's meet in the street, bro. Take your shirt off. Come on, let's go.
You said basically move the table.
Yeah, you can probably be messing up some money, man. Come on. Meet me out in the street, bro. Let's get this off your chest.
Oh man, that's too funny, man.
So after that, man. Lastly, oh man, what happened here? So after that, lastly, the only news. And you know what? I probably just lost the article. That's interesting. Oh, no. Found it.
Got it?
Lastly, got it. Lastly, man, let's shout out Lil Baby, man. The My Turn album spends the second straight week at #1 on Billboard. Yeah. So, man, shout out to Lil Baby. I know we just got through talking about him about the, the bigger picture record.
Yeah.
Man, check out the album. The album is bumping. So
that album is dope.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, man, dude doing some things, man. Just pay attention to what he got going on and stuff.
Yeah. What you got?
I do have some news this week. I was kind of paying attention to J. Cole's song "Snow on the Bluff," and it's been a lot of, I ain't gonna say controversy, but a lot of going back and forth with them saying it was a dig at No Name. Now, this may be just I didn't know who No Name was until people were like, it's a dig at her. It's a dig at her. He's talking about her. I don't think he said anything bad about her that would require a response. Because I mean, like, basically what I got out of the song "Snow on the Bluff" was, hey, you are talking about No Name, are an intelligent woman. Your anger is toward the wrong person or people, but I hear your message. I personally, am doing things and people see me doing things, but I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And he said that line, and I'm paraphrasing, and he said that line at the end. He felt like he wasn't doing enough. I didn't get any, like, I feel like all of this has been kind of like made more than what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she responded with another song, Song 33. I haven't really given it a lot of listens. I listened to it maybe once, and it's short. It's like a minute and something long. So I was like, listen to it and gotta go back and listen to it and see what it sounds like. But I don't think nothing is wrong with the Snow on the Bluff. It's kind of like, I'm gonna give you a shout out, Black Lady, and I'm gonna tell you, I really don't feel like you have a point. I don't feel like I'm doing enough, because that's basically what she had tweeted before this song came out. Like, they're not speaking up about stuff. Like, she would talk about Kendrick. I think she said Kendrick and J. Cole. I can't remember who else she was talking. He
singled out. Yeah. They said that, and I'm now actually, thinking about it, I did read up on something. They said that that's who they were targeting, saying that because they were silent and wasn't saying anything, that they was that she was talking about Kendrick and J. Cole, but then pictures turned up and showing Kendrick and J. Cole at actual protests.
Right.
So, I guess she has a role to play in this as well. And then the song comes out, and honestly, I didn't catch it because I don't even know who No Name is. Not being disrespectful to her, I'm just being honest. I have not a clue of who you are.
I'm definitely gonna go listen to her just to kind of
now I go check her out and see. But of course, Chance and a couple other younger artists had something to say about it.
Yeah,
which is cool, man.
I didn't catch what Chance said. I saw that he said something, but I was like, this doesn't require a lot of conversation. This is just a solid song.
yeah. Because I don't think many people called it until somebody said something about it. And I wish I had the article in front of me to see what Chance said, but I don't. I do have what J. Cole said, and that was put in the Rolling Stone, and they quoted, it said, I haven't done a lot of reading, and I don't feel well equipped as a leader in these times, but I do a lot of thinking, the North Carolina rapper says on Twitter and fronts. So, he I think he kind of walked it back a little bit, and maybe everything was taken out of context. But man, at the end of the day, I think it all came from when, I don't know who called out who first.
Yeah.
But it seems like she did with saying they weren't speaking up enough, but then they turned up at actual protest.
Right.
So this might be another round of, man, kind of be quiet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Right,
So,
exactly.
and then, you get a shot back from J. Cole, and, it's cool, take up for, but,
and there you have it.
Yeah, there you have it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I hear you, man. Well, that's all the news I got, man. So,
cool.
Yeah, let's get right into it, man. This Teyana Taylor.
Well, before we start,
I was finna put. Oh man, yes. Please get on me about that. But yes, go ahead, brother. You're
just really excited about this album. That's okay, bruh. But you know what? It plays into what we're doing today.
It definitely does. It definitely does.
Once again, this is the month for African American Music Month, along with Juneteenth. Celebrate Juneteenth. And along with that, it is African American Music Month. And man, this week, we are spotlighting R&B. So this plays in perfect. Even though I love hip hop, R&B is probably one of my favorite genres because I get, some classic records. I grew up on R&B, man. I love it, love it. So, and go back and check out some of your favorite artists, from Genuine to Drew Hill to
Gerald Levert,
Johnny Gill, Bobby Brown. Who else? Luther Vandross.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye. Luther Vandross. Al Green. Go check out D'Angelo. Go
Rick
check
James.
out Rick James, R&B.
Rick James. I mean, like, that's all they had.
Yeah, I guess.
During that time. Like, what would you call Cameo?
I don't know. I got to look back on all that. I got to think about that now.
Right.
Also, man, 702, Missy Elliott, Lil, Total, Faith Evans, man, I don't want to. John B. Yeah, let's get deep in the crates. D'Angelo,
DeBarge.
yeah. Let's go all the way in there. And you know what I'm saying? Tweet.
Tweet.
Man, it is so many. Like,
Tweet.
We can go on and
Tweet,
on
man.
and on, man. There's so many, and there's so many that we could be just completely forgetting about. But Chris Brown.
I'm definitely sure we're forgetting Usher.
Sheesh. Goodness gracious.
How we forget about Usher, man? He's from chat.
Because we just firing off stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we're firing off a bunch of...
I'm pretty sure we forgot about a lot of artists, but
it's all good because they know that they are part of the genre and they made this genre what it is. They put in their work. And even if they had a one-hit wonder, man, I'm still listening to their records. Man.
Yeah. Orange Juice Jones. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I absolutely do. It's crazy because you don't remember the name.
I followed you today.
You be like, what about it? Here we go. So, yeah,
that man said he followed her.
Yep.
And he saw her.
Man. Listen back some of them old records and you're going to be like, what?
Right, exactly.
I want to mention one person, but I don't know if we should. I may just, the Pied Piper. No, forget that. He was a part of it. You gotta say, R. Kelly got that.
R. Kelly,
I
didn't, bro. I can't listen to his music no more.
You can't?
Nah, like I don't. It's just something that clicks in my head. It'd be like, just turn it. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
I know.
I still play.
But I mean, like, I don't be like, oh, you should not listen to it. Nah,
I ain't gonna go off on you, but like, man, turn that up, man.
Right. But me personally, I just kind of
it come on,
and it's just
what the hell is going on in my home? Sorry, wait, let me explain before you. I'm about to have. This is about to be some shit.
How did I get into this? Stop, man. Stop. Let's stop.
You low down dirty woman. Hey, stop. Wait, my ass. Hit the street, your ass is grass. Hey,
that's
man.
Too funny, man.
I might listen to that later. But man, this is perfect because we're gonna go on into an album that me personally I think brought out so much R&B. Like it is a real true R&B album.
Dude.
Teyana Taylor album. If you haven't heard it, check
Please
it
go
out.
listen to it.
If you love R&B, I think this is the album that everyone should be listening to. Most definitely, because man, I really appreciate. Excuse me. I really appreciate everything that she did on this album. I appreciate her because she is a true strong R&B artist. Like, she's amazing, man. She's amazing.
She this is her third album, her third studio album, and it's called The Album.
Yeah.
She was able to, like, her last album was KTSE, and I think the frustration in that album was she wasn't able to be as creative, and whatever came out wasn't what she was expecting, or something like that, right?
Yeah. What happened was, and if people remember, this was the time where Kanye, they had the whole 777, all those albums had those, short track listings. But at this time, she put out an album too, which was like 8 tracks. Yeah. And the issue was that when it dropped, it was totally different from what it's supposed to have been. Yeah. And that was her biggest frustration. She was pretty upset with that because she put a lot of hard work into it. And I think also it dropped. It dropped when it shouldn't have. Yeah,
it's kind of like rushed.
Yeah, it was kind of rushed, and she had put a lot of work into it, and for it to completely not be the same, because she actually was like playing snippets and everything online of these songs, and when they came out, they didn't sound like what she was playing. So it was a lot of samples that was removed and things of that nature. So yeah. Even though that happened, I still enjoyed her album, KTSE. But this album here, I think, because she's still on Good Music, from what I understand. But I think Kanye,
he took a step back.
He definitely heard he definitely heard her, and he definitely got the hell out the way. Yeah, in my opinion, bruh. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to see, because I see here it says "Getting Out Our Dreams Inc." and Def Jam. I wonder if she's still on Good Music.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself. I couldn't find anything, but dude, what was your first reaction to this album?
Oh, my first reaction was like, man, this is fire. My first reaction was, not only was it fire, but it put me in that mood of a classic R&B album. Yeah, I truly enjoyed it, and man, I know I hit you up, and when I text, I was like, man, this thing is it's dope. It's fire. Yeah. Period. And that really was my first reaction. Like, what was yours?
The first thing when I heard it, I started thinking about what did I say? 90s R&B. Yep. And what we have been missing from R&B albums. Mm-hmm. A lot of and don't get me wrong, man, I like R&B albums and everything like that, but this one hit different because she was actually talking about something. She was talking about relationships. She's talking about love, breaking up, having a good time. She took you through a lot of emotions in this album. And in the message, I sent you a message, was like, bro, she gonna win some awards off of this one. She has to. Man, this is probably the best album so far for the year. I
can see that.
I don't have and going forward, she put a standard, especially on R&B. She put a standard on the albums, man. You got 23 tracks. Yep. It's about an hour and 15, hour and 18 minutes.
Damn. Yep. I think it's like an hour. It says an hour and 43. But
hour and 43.
Yeah, but on Apple, there's the deluxe version.
Oh, okay.
And it's 29, but 24 through 29 are videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nah.
But yeah.
I felt like this is probably the best album released this year to me. I think it's gonna last. You're gonna be listening to this album for a while. And another one of the things that I thought about was, it's not put in a box like I feel like a lot of the R&B albums that we listen to now.
No, she ain't trying to rap on here.
Right. It's not limited to a certain age group or a certain demographic. Like anybody that listens to R&B is going to enjoy this album.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was the first thing I thought about. The intro. Before we talk about anything else, the intro is of her actually like the call from her having the baby, and it gave me chills.
Yeah, me too.
Because
but I'll be honest, before we get to the intro, and I know we kind of got into it, I gotta look the artwork on here. For this album is amazing. For just kind of looking at it, I have to really touch on that because a lot of people don't put effort into the artwork as much as people used to. But this artwork here, when you look at it, the first thing I thought about was Boomerang. And old girl on
when she was selling, what was she selling?
She was selling that perfume.
What was it? It was a weird name to it.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was something so sexual. Right. I can't remember if it was called.
I think it was called that
or something like that.
It was called something.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, absolutely. But it put me in that mode, and not in a bad way, but just kind of like, just remembering that and remembering the time that we was in when you had these incredible black films. And then also, man, when I look at that artwork and just kind of seeing her, the way she looks in it, you can see it's a white background, and then it's her, and she actually looks like they kind of drew her and made it animated. And it kind of takes me back to how they used to have like those type of figures on clothes back in the day. And you know what I'm saying? It's like it just makes me look at it as like a powerful black woman on the front of this. So that's the first thing that really caught my eye. And I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, period. Like, dope. I don't know. Like, I don't care. Like, I really want that on the shirt. So you see me walking around with it on the shirt. I found a way to get it on the shirt. But now we get into the intro. The intro for me was so powerful. And it gave me chills as well, because the fact that she could get that, like the fact that she had access to that call. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then to hear, and then with us being, you know what I'm saying, parents, like, our children were born in hospitals, but for that to happen and, you know what I'm saying, your dad having to deliver you and your mom having to deliver you naturally. First off, my wife, for Caden, my first son, and then for Zoe, she went without any medicine. So for Caden, she had got the epidural, but it really didn't help her much. And I think it like went late. For Zoe, she did it. She said she didn't want no medicine, and she did it without medicine. And to see that process and to see someone go through that without medicine, like for all y'all that don't have children, like dude, that is a life-changing experience. So just to think about, being at home and your wife is water breaks and you can't make it to the hospital. Right. And talking to the folks on the, calling the ambulance and it's too late. And then you're like, the part where it's like, man, I'm holding my
daughter
right now.
And what I do with this cord?
Yeah. what do I do? And man, just hearing that, and there was no judgment. Like, the operator was just trying to help. You can just hear just the joy from everyone and just the carefulness. Because like, first thing it was like, wrap up, keep them warm. I need your address, keep calm, and it was just amazing, man. I love the intro. It set the tone for this.
Oh, it definitely did, bro. And it's crazy because like that's how my wife was. Literally, bro. Like I went to go, like we made it to the hospital, but my daughter was born while we was waiting to go back into the room.
Oh, wow. Did you tell me this?
Nah.
No, you didn't tell me this.
No, so it's crazy. We made it to the hospital and like her water broke. It's like a 20-minute drive to the hospital. So we, got to the hospital. I went to go move the car. It probably took me 2 minutes to go move the car to a parking spot, come back up. I come back up. I hear my wife. The baby's head is out.
Whoa, shiggity shoot.
I said, I'm coming. Like, I couldn't get up the elevator fast enough. I was looking for the steps. And by the time I got up, they got her on the gurney. And I'm walking back and I see the baby's head. I see Lily's head just out. By the time we got into the room, Lily was out. And I'm holding, they doing the, putting her under the light and stuff like that. And stuff. So, I mean, that's why I was like, I could have been him if we would have, kind of lollygagged for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, whoa, and I felt where he was coming from. So, but yeah, the intro was something else, bro. And this set the stage for this phenomenal album, bro. Like, wow. I didn't find a flaw in this album.
I haven't yet to find one. I just play it straight through. I have
every time
skipped
every time.
Like at all. I had to stop it one time because I was playing in the car and my wife was listening. She was like, "These words," and she looked at me and she was like, and we had the kids in the back, and I was like, okay. I gotta change it because I heard it, but I'm grooving out to it, and I'm just kind of like, I got my wife on the side, we riding, you know.
Yeah.
So and at the time we was in Nashville because we had to. We got a house that we had to list, so we had to take the sign out there to put in the yard and chill. So, we just kind of, we're kind of in the area, and I just kind of zoned out and was just enjoying it. And she had to catch me and tell me, so I turned it off. I turned it off midway, but we got back to it.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, what were some of the songs, your top songs off of this album?
My goodness, man, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
I think some of them were kind of a cheat. Oh man, almost. I really just almost 1 through 23. Man, I have to say, "Come Back to Me," because man, Ross.
Yeah, he did his thing.
Ross did his thing on that, and then the beat was just so smooth, and it was just. Man, it was just one thing. One other thing about this album is that the songs are short.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it because with the album being longer than, these albums are today, like you're able to kind of get through it quicker. Mm-hmm. And the transitions and from each songs are pretty much flawless. And actually, while I'm on it, she pretty much says on if you're listening to this on Apple Music, I don't know what it looks like on Tidal or Spotify, but on Apple Music, she talks to Apple Music and pretty much breaks it down. And she says she pretty much put this album together, and she didn't want to. Here's the quote. She said, "What I wanted to do was," She said, "What I want." Hold up. Okay, yeah. She said, "What I wanted to do was pre-do that on the album, where everything is broken up into sections, so the album kind of already comes playlisted." So I appreciate that, and after I read it, I caught it because I feel like it was all kind of in sections. Like you had, this section, you had the little freaky section, you had the, other sections, but yeah, man, it worked out great. But man, going back to the songs that I enjoy once again, "Come Back to Me" was definitely one of them. One song I enjoy, but I'm not going to say it's one of my favorites, but because all of them are so close, it's still one of my favorites, sort of, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The one was "Wake Up Love."
Okay, with Iman.
Yes, and I try to listen to the album without looking at the playlist first, because I want to be surprised by the features. Yeah. And when he came on, I was like, normally I know a voice, but in this one I was like, who is this? And I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's Iman. And like, man, so I really had to shout that one out because he did an awesome job.
He definitely did.
But if we're going back to, the ones that I really, really gravitate to, it would be, once again, "Come Back to Me." "Low Key" with Erykah Badu. And I know it's kind of a cheat because it reminds me of, What?
Yeah.
Already son. So that's already a cheap period.
Yeah.
So man, I love Low Key. Low Key is amazing. Booming with Missy Elliott.
Yep. I was just about to say Future did his thing on there.
That was a surprising feature. That was surprising because on Apple Music it cuts it off, so it's Missy and Future. So when he came in on the song, I had no clue he was there.
No clue he was there.
So when he came on, he wrote it perfectly, man. It was amazing. 69 would be another one.
Yeah. Say less.
Yes. Wrong Bitch.
Yep.
Yo.
I like that one.
That one's amazing. And then I would have to go to Lose Each Other.
Yep.
And last one would have to be
I'm trying to see if you put what I put.
Shoot. Last it might be two more, which would be crap. I'm trying to see which one it is because I don't want to confuse the one because one of them sounds like a song. I want to say it's Try Again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to forget which one it is. But I think it's Try Again. And then the last one be, We Got Love.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Concrete is hard too, though.
Concrete, bro.
That's what I thought you
was gonna say, man.
I'll be honest, I really want to. Yeah, if I had to trade in a song, I would trade in.
That's what I thought you was gonna say, bro. She like, man. Yeah. I like, dude. I don't have nothing bad to say about this album.
Yeah, like you can tell
the features on this album needs a standing ovation.
Oh yeah, everybody,
because
they
everybody,
really killed it. Big Sean, Big Sean is in my top 5. So the record with her and Big Sean, I really, really, really enjoy.
I love that one.
I really did.
Even the one with King Combs.
Yes.
I was like, man, he really like embodied his daddy on that song.
Yep. And that was another one where I was like,
I was surprised by that.
Yeah. I had to go and look. And then, the one with DeVito, Killer.
Yeah.
Yo, like, I'm be honest, the whole thing, I can't point out which one I love more than the other.
Yeah.
If there's anything, then it might be low key, but it's just because Erykah Badu. But like, I can keep going. But man, Wrong Bitch, 69. Man, it's so many on here, man. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Morning is crazy.
Morning's dope with
One Night
with Kalani.
1-800 One Night might be one that I was like, okay, I had to get with for a sec, and then when it like, I was like, I was like, yeah. So man, it's really, really, really hard to just have a favorite on here.
Yeah.
It might be low key though.
I tell you, man, low key is the one for me. That was the one that stood out the most to me from the jump. And of course it's because of Erykah Badu for that one.
Them two on that record just fit.
Man, they write together, fit. Concrete. Now, Concrete, what stood out the most to me, this woman said, I weaponize tea. I was like, when I first listened to it, that line stood out to me. And I was like, what? At first, like, what? And then it made me think about what she was saying and what she could possibly mean. Mm-hmm. And it's what we think all the time.
Yeah.
Like that, like, bruh, man would do anything to get that.
Just about
anything to get that, man. So I mean, it's a lot of power in that, man. What she was speaking on and what she was talking about. What's another one? Bad.
Oh man, Bad is hard.
Bad gave me a lot of Rihanna vibes.
Yeah.
I really heard Rihanna in that. And it just like a kudos to Teyana Taylor for the range that she has in this album, because I heard like the vibes that I was getting a Brandy vibe. I was getting Rihanna vibe, Erykah Badu vibe. Like
I got Erykah Badu vibe on multiple songs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was like you was getting so many different vibes from this album. Lose Each Other, like you said, was another one. Friends.
Good fact about a fact about Lose. Lose Each Other. It is actually, she says that, you know, it's the one of my only ballads on the record. So you know, it makes you think like, man, why didn't you do like a couple more? But man, it's the only ballad on there. But it's so good. It's just so good.
Nah, it's amazing because like the stuff that she's saying, if we broke up, she basically broke up with somebody. She's saying that I'll still go see your folks. I'll still check on them, make sure they okay. I'll still be friends with you. And like, bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, breakups, man, they hard, but like it's cool to be friends with people you broke up with. I think so. Like I don't feel like you should be buddy with a person, but I don't feel like that person should be forgotten.
And this is what she actually said about it. She said, I think it's a very important ballad because when you usually hear ballads, it's perfect. It's either super breakup or super makeup or super I'm in love. Gray areas are definitely great because I want to show the black, the white, and the in between. Yeah, and I think she did a perfect job of that.
Definitely did a great job with that.
Like you said, it kind of depends on the person.
Yeah,
because there's some people, man. You break up with me, man. You break up with everybody else. Don't come around speaking. You know what I'm saying? Get on shot. But you know, but there are them times. Yeah, and I'll be honest, there are them times like there are some people that, you know, you may have that breakup with, but they're so special that even if they do that, you know, it's just like, man, thank you, I appreciate it. And you kind of still enjoy their company. Right. But at the same time, you know, hey, that was it. And it'll never, like, you know, it'll never be. Right. But you know, you do still appreciate, you know, those simple things.
Made It was the other one too. Made It was on point to me. Yeah. But yeah, dog. Like, I don't know what else to say about this album, bro. Like, other than like, I really like going into Friday. I wasn't like, I knew it was coming out, but I wasn't expecting it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I was just like, it's another Friday. See what new music came out. Yeah. And a lot of new music came out, by the way. And I listened to John Legend album before I listened to this one. And that, by the way, he came out with a new album.
I didn't even touch that album.
It's dope.
Yeah, I'll take a listen to it.
But like with her album, like I wasn't expecting it. You know, I just thought it was gonna be another run-of-the-mill album. But when I listened to it, I was like, wait a minute. Let me run it back. You know, so she definitely has a great album with this one.
You know what this album really put me in the mood of?
What's that?
It was Alicia Keys' first album.
Yeah.
Like, it put me in that mood, and I was like, yeah. And I, you know, I think they're in two different lanes, but just the mood and the feel, like, man. I enjoyed it. Man,
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It put me in the mood to go, like, holler at my wife real quick. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Hey, be like, hey, Shawty.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Hey, Shawty, what you doing?
I'm a big fan of R&B, so
man,
I know R&B has had its rocky road, but man, if an album could put R&B back on, I think this will be it.
Like, I feel like R&B has changed from the R&B we listened to growing up, which is okay. I'm fine with that. But it's more so of the R&B that's out now, or those artists aren't making music for R&B fans. They're making music for hip hop fans, which is fine.
Yeah.
But she made music for R&B fans who like hip hop as well. So I think she was very smart, very creative, and was able to take us through a loop of vibes in this album, man, that we don't get from a lot of music today.
We don't. She stuck to the formula. She didn't cave in.
Right.
She stuck to it. I think the album cover pretty much kind of tells.
Yeah.
She stayed strong in it. This is what she wanted to do. It's confidence. It's what she, and she nailed it because it is. Oh, it is R&B all the way through, and it gives you that reminiscent. Like you said, we brought up Brandy, Monica.
Yeah.
Man, you see the features. I mean, this is an R&B album, and I think this is gonna be one that goes on for a long time.
I'm gonna say, bro, so far album of the year, yeah.
Hey, like I used to play music in the bedroom, and then I stopped. But this one right here, you might get some music in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Man.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. I told you.
But yeah, man, it is crazy enjoyable, man.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I will say this, and I'm gonna leave you with this one. Mm-hmm. This is one of the best put together albums for the year. And she should definitely be proud of herself.
She should be rewarded, man.
She's definitely gonna get some awards for this. Like, I would be shocked if she didn't. And I would look forward to what's next for her, because she's only gonna get better from here.
I don't disagree at all.
Only gonna get better from
and
here.
I hope, and what I hope is, not to interrupt real quick, but I hope that this album influences a lot of people in the R&B world to get back to this. Mm-hmm. And that's not a slight on anybody, because Tank had a great R&B album.
Yeah.
Who else? Like we said, John Legend just dropped something.
But even like with that, I appreciate those artists. Mm-hmm. But even though Teyana Taylor is not a quote unquote new artist, bro, she's 29.
Oh, yeah, she's 29 and when you think about this, a third album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's still pretty new.
Right. So like it's like, I ain't gonna say she's a new artist out here, because she's a vet for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like she's a young artist. And like, for the people that are actually putting out music consistently are those young artists. Let's hope, like, she's definitely set the bar for sure.
She took the baton and ran with it.
Like, bro, she definitely set the bar. Like, so
this mine, sucker. Let's go.
This is what you have to beat. Yeah. Like, the bar was here. Now it's here, and you have to produce something that's past this.
Hey, I can picture it coming. Hey, if we had the Source Awards, I can picture it coming down on stage like, hey, if you don't want your R&B artists rapping all in the videos, looking like a rapper in the videos.
And I bet she got bars too.
Oh yeah, Teyana Taylor, gangster, man.
I bet she got bars.
Straight up.
But anyway,
I want to stick to this. Like, forget the bars, stick to this.
Yeah, definitely. So. But no, I look forward to what's next for her, and honestly, I appreciate her putting out art like this. Absolutely, for us to enjoy. So, that's all I got, bro.
Word, man.
That's all I got, man. I feel good, feel great about that. You guys, I want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Speaker Geekers podcast. This episode was produced by 3Amp Media. You see it on the shirt, 3Amp Media, all day, every day. If you haven't already, please go subscribe on the YouTube page, wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify. Mm-hmm. Go check it out. Follow it.
Hey, just Google us.
Right, just Google me.
Just Google us.
You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Speaker Geekers Podcast. Join the Derby Boys in the discussion, man. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Tommy T the Third. Yep. You can follow Steve at the great Steve O Steve on Instagram as well. if you haven't already, go listen to Teyana Taylor's new album called The Album, and you will not be disappointed. Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to what's next, bro. You got anything? Anything else? Did I miss anything?
No, man. No, I don't think we missed anything. I think we hit it spot on. And yeah, man, take time out, man. Appreciate these artists, man.
Yeah.
Let them know they appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, man, that's about it, man.
That's it, man. I see
boom,
you.
Music, dog.
I've been trying to not to say nothing, but I see your background, man.
Hey.
I like it, bro. I like it.
Yeah. New background, shout it. Hey, you remember that shit? Short bus, shout it.
Yeah, I remember that, bro. But anyway, guys.
But yeah, man. New logo coming soon, man. Check out the background.
Coming soon, man. Go check all this stuff out. And I'm out, man. Peace.